Okay. We're gonna be looking at a PLAT 2 sim, I think. Console sim. Let's start off with team comp. This map's pretty weird to play. I'm not pretty good at these maps yet. I kind of suck on these maps actually, but I'll try to help as much as I can. So we see they're running Queen. We're running Queen. We have Moira Queen. That's about it. So there's a game like this. These fights are going to be mostly Queens shooting at each other, and DPS waiting for something to happen. I feel like, especially in this low. Oops. Especially in this elo. So I'm just gonna start right now. I always like on this point. I always like going right side or left side depending on which side I'm on. I'll show you over here. But I will always go this way because SYMMETRA's main thing, and if there's one thing in this video that you stick with, it's SYMMETRA's kinda identity. And to me, her identity is denying space and controlling space. And she can also gain space well. But by going this way, you put turrets over here. And you deny their queen from coming over here. Obviously, if she wanted to, she could just run at you, but that probably wouldn't be the best choice for her because she could die easily. And you could just TP away anyway, and she'd waste cooldowns. So it's a win-win coming over here no matter what. You take angles, and you do a lot of damage. Backline pressure. You can spam this way if they were to go this way. You can spam this way if they're over here. You could even TP over here if they were all right side and look for angles on this way. But I always like to come over here and start up turrets here. Because if you have turrets here and they're inside, they can't push you out here. That's what I would have done here. See.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
So here we go for a triple turret bomb. And we're not doing anything right now. Look at how much downtime we have. Like, look at everyone's ults in the game. They're all higher than ours. We haven't done anything yet. Okay, this TP. Sim TP, if you want to get good with it, keep something in mind. Ask yourself before every TP, is this TP a flank or is this TP an off angle? And if you were to ask yourself that right now, what would this TP be? It would be neither. Their DPS are here. They're holding the angle you want to hold. Because since you're not there, it gives them that much space, this whole area to work with. While if you were over here, people can't push into Sim. Like, SYMMETRA's a character that can't be pushed easily unless she has a lot of people, like a pocket or something. So their soldier or cast are automatically going to give that area up. Like, you can't push a Sim with 3 turrets and TP. It's like just a waste of time, you know? So if you were over here, you'd have this whole area to yourself. Have so much room to work with. TP's over here, TP's up high. But since you put yourself in this tiny area back here, all you can really resort to is just TPs up here. So I believe we do end up getting the kill. Because no one's paying attention to it. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of TP bombs in this video. It's kind of like a low elo trap. TP bombs are good in low elo, but it's if you let it determine how you play, like, this won't work out well. You don't want to just be fighting with her as a TP bomb bot. It's not good. Here it did work out, luckily. A better team would have capitalized instantly though. Let's look. Right here, you get knifed back, you have Moira shooting you, damage boosted Queen shooting you, DPS behind you that could instantly destroy your TP if they wanted to. It's a really dangerous spot to put yourself in. You do not want to die on Sim. But like I said, it ended up working. It's a good angle you had there. While the other team's trying to push up here. Put pressure on Moira. See here, this is what I like. Contesting their DPS. Both their DPS are shooting you now, which means they can't shoot your tank, which in return means your tank can shoot them. So, flips it here. I whenever he peeked at 1 health. Unfortunately. And he died. Unlucky. Yeah.
No path is complete. Photon barrier is charging. Teleporter materialized.
See what I would do here? I would start right side again. We know their soldier's going to try to be over there, and we don't want that to happen. See, if we were right side right now, we could capitalize on our honest sleep, but we're not right side. And we're instead like putting yourself in this tiny box right here while you could be having all these angles. Like Sim TP is one of the best mobility cooldowns in the game. It's like Sim's identity, the best thing about her. You could be going anywhere with your TPs, but you want to put yourself in that box. No flame, but it's just, you gotta be creative with it if you want to get value like this. Because imagine, instead of being over here, if you were over here, their Soldier Mercy wouldn't have the space to shoot your tank, and you would have space to shoot theirs, which is a win-win. And you could TP up here, and look at how much free backline access you have. What are they going to do if the Sim TP's up here? They can't do anything about it. They have no one to dive you. It's free damage. It's actually OP. But we give the Soldier the right side angle again. That's what we don't want to do. We want to control space to Sim. And this is kind of a good angle we have. It's the right idea. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose to get this side angle. But this is kind of an angle you want to have on fights like this. Putting a lot of pressure on them. It's really good. And here we go for another TP bomb. See how dangerous this is? There's a damage boosted Soldier right here. I don't think he has rocket. I think he just used... Oh, he does have rocket. If he wanted to, he could one-shot your TP right here with like one left click and a Helix rocket. And break your TP, boop you away, break your turrets, everything. It would just go to disaster. So that's really dangerous, and I wouldn't do that. Try not to keep me in front of him. And another thing, try to teach yourself to stay around your TP. Like imagine like a circle around it, like right here, that you don't want to leave. You want to be able to get out of there if danger comes. Unfortunately, though, you started walking this way, which I get why, to help with the queen and to also run from Soldier. But it's better to just get out and run over here and wait for cooldowns, go up here, right click. Anything's better than dying in Overwatch. But if you want to look at the bright side of this angle, you are stopping their Soldier and Mercy from walking through this arch. If I were you, I would have put, if I were holding this angle, I would have put turrets here, and I would have been spamming out Queen with a TP ready to go in case Soldier and Mercy run through me. But they can't because you have turrets, so you just instantly kill them if they try to push you at all. Buff, like automatic sim buff, actually OP character. But that's the one good thing about this angle you had, was that you could split it up. But if you were still over here contesting them, that Mercy and Soldier would not have been able to help their Queen, and your team would have capitalized on the tank by herself and killed her probably. So pretty sure fight. Probably maybe stagger a little bit of stagger.
Fall back, group up. They outnumber us. Fall back.
Yes, this is good. So we're gonna regroup.
My turret has been
Like
nourished.
it. Fall back, regroup. What you don't want to do with wall is engage with it like this. There are certain times where engaging with wall is good, and it's really whenever you have momentum. Like say you had like nano ram ult. That's a scenario I would like to engage with wall. It's last fight, nano ram ult, you wall in to get the space, that way they can't leave. Here, we know they have ults. We haven't used any ults, so there's no momentum here. So this wall is stale, I'm gonna call it. You wanna use wall, kinda like a Moira ult. You know, Moira ult is used to gain momentum. You don't really use Moira ult if you're losing. Like, you only use it to push an advantage you have, if that makes sense. And this wall's a weird angle too. Just gotta think about it. Think to yourself, what ults do they have? They have Visor, so you could have saved it for Visor. But that's fine. And here we are, going for another TP bomb. So I see like this room over here. Now, tell me why this TP bomb is dangerous. Look at their DPS lineup. They have Junkrat and they have Soldier. Both of them can one-shot your TP and one-shot you instantly out of it. Damage boosted Soldier, Rocket does a shit ton of damage. Junkrat, left click, shift, one-shots you. Breaks everything. And this TP angle is really... you're really stuffing yourself in a corner here. I would have TP'd up here. Like, you don't have to use your turrets to go through the TP. TP up here, and then put some turrets, and then spam out the Moira to put pressure. Spam out the Junk. You could probably kill Junk, to be honest. He probably wouldn't have even paid attention to you up here. But you see, taking this angle would have been much better from where you were. but instead you TP to this corner, which kind of gives you nothing. There's like a nano queen there, or not a nano queen there, sorry, rampaging queen, and Moira calling there, which can break your turrets through the wall anyway. So it's like, see, it doesn't really get done. See, now we give them a free visor. One, because we're not controlling this area, so his visor is going to get a lot more value since he has so much more room to work with. And two, we used wall to engage. Whenever I'm playing, I'll always analyze the DPS comp on the main team. Do they have Sojournal? Do they have High Noon? Do they have Visor? Any of those ults? Not High Noon in particular, because that ult's kind of shit, but I'll save my ult for Visor and stuff. Counter Visor, like I said, Nano Visor, anything. Something that's going to win in the fight. They do this here. From that point, just be a lot more creative with your TPs. Look around more. Not even on that point only. I'm sure everywhere. Every map you can be more creative with TPs. It's really important. You want to abuse Symmetra's ability to be anywhere at once.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Here, they still have Junkrat. They still have Soldier. So immediately in your mind when they pick Junkrat or Soldier, not Soldier specifically, but just the fact that he has a damage boost pocket and the way I'm seeing your TPs now, it's dangerous to do this, those kind of TP bombs. Let's see what we do here. I think you're setting up for another TP bomb. But what I would like to see is a turret here, spamming right clicks, and I would have gone up here, TP'd up here with your turrets, and you control this whole middle area right here. It's hard for them to get you, and the good spot about here is you can TP right there. Look at this backline axe. Great. It forces Moira out, could force Fade, could force anything. It's really good here. But we'll go for another TP bomb. Very dangerous. Remember what we talked about. Is it a flank? Is it an off angle? No, then don't TP. This is kind of dangerous. Their team is not paying attention to you and your Ana gets a big nade, so it kind of worked out. They get the reso. Since we're holding this angle now, I would put turrets here immediately. It's always harder to look up than down, so always try to put your turrets on walls. Okay, see, this is why we really want to play distance with Queen. Because if both teams have a Queen, then it's going to look to be more brawly. We have an Orisa now. Oh no, we switched back to Queen. But you never want to be this close to Queen anyway. And this TP, I would have gone back with it, back here. Just turn left, put it there. When you're playing against Queen, or anything that can like do a lot of damage instantly, always be able to have that TP out. Be ready for it. Be ready for her to round that corner. Because now you just TP yourself into stagger for no reason. You could have escaped.
Chaos will not be unseated in a focus our attack on the objective. Constructing my teleporter.
I like the single. I like the single a lot. I would put turrets here immediately. Make this area your own. Make it your room. Decorate your room. These turrets don't get a lot done. You'll see why. Look. You'll put them there, but it's not doing much. Like, they just keep them. Moira does end up dying. So maybe it did help a little bit. Moira was looking at the turrets instead. But let's look at one thing real quick. Where's their soldier at? Their soldier's right side. Their soldier Mercy's right side. And remember what we talked about. We want to be where the enemy DPS want to be first. And we can do that because we have TP. Like for instance, if the enemy team is setting up a dive, you want to meet their Genji where he would be setting up, if that makes sense. So normally I'd imagine a Genji would be up here waiting for his Winston or anyone to call a dive. You want to be here to stop him from being able to set up. It's the same thing with Soldier. You want to be here to deny Soldier this space. Soldier can't get value if you can't create space like this. Unfortunately, everyone kind of just started ignoring him, and you died for it. But you do end up winning the fight. Okay, so where you at? immediately, always come over here first. I really like this area on Sim. It depends though. If they're going far left, don't be over here, like far coast. But if I were you, I would have TP'd up here. Stops the soldier, because you need to think about it. If you TP onto a high ground like this, you might think to yourself, oh, well, I'm not doing much, like I'm just spamming orbs. But you doing that is taking away soldier space. So if you're not doing much, imagine how little soldier's doing, if that makes sense. Because you have the high ground and you can still do some damage. What can soldier do down here running away from you? Like, it's all about space. Let's see what happens. Okay. So you're playing all the way back here, which is nice. I like it into queen, but again, I would be right side high ground. Always want to be in a good starting position. Not a position that's going to get you killed, but a good position to get good angles. Oh. Sorry. You see us not being right side gives soldier a free visor right now. You need to have wall. It's a good wall. Because if soldier would have probably killed a couple of you guys. He did make it out. Let's see, where do you start the fight at? You start at main again? See, this position really limits you on sim. All you can do is spam down main. You don't want to be doing that most of the time on sim. You want to have a good angle right here. Perfect. Always be up here on this map. Unless you're going coast, but don't go coast. See, that turret was good. The turret had the right idea. Luckily they didn't touch, but look, Junkrat has this high ground now. Let's see what he can do. I'm having this back angle on you guys. Spamming your team, hitting you. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and you're dead. And he's uncontested back here for free. Putting all that pressure on you guys.
A chance to iterate is always appreciated. Focus our attack on the objective.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Now up here, at this point, I always like going top right. Especially because we know they have Junkrat Soldier. Junkrat's going to want to take top right. Soldier's going to take top right. In your mind, you know that.
Flashpoint
So you go top right. Put your turrets here. 2 turrets here. 1 turret here to stop dives. Dive, aka jump mining through the window. But that's all they have right now. Very weird nano. See, if you're up here, you can spam that soldier out. And it's a really good angle. And you wouldn't have to use TP. Instead, you could use TP. See, since we weren't up here, it didn't change much. Oh yeah. We weren't up here. Junkrat was able to come up here and get a tire. I'm not saying you being up here would have stopped the tire and the double kill, but you had a higher chance of winning the fight. Never want to be here again. Meeting the DPS where they want to be, stop them from being there. It's like a race, and you gotta win the race. I don't see how you play this. So here, you're not gonna get much done. Say that, especially with those turrets. These turrets aren't gonna do anything for you. Look. Dead already. Instead, what I would like to see you do is TP right here. Get this good angle right here. You can TP onto this high ground from where you're at, and you can spam out Junkrat. Look at how much value you'd get right here. Everyone's hiding in corners because they're all low and scared. Moira doesn't have Fade. We just saw her use it earlier. Yeah, 2 seconds. And Soldier's running in a corner. Junkrat's burning and he's under half health. You TPing here would probably force Moira out and she'd probably die. You would kill Junkrat probably. Force Soldier back. And in return, that means Queen would back up after her team starts dying, right? And so what do you do when Queen starts backing up to point? You come through here. And boom. That's whenever you have the angle onto their backline in Queen. And they're still backing up, right? Your team's pushing in now. And then from there, since you have this area all to yourself, you can look for TPs back here, TPs anywhere. Anywhere to get through their team. You can kind of dissect team comps with Symmetra. Yeah.
Adjusting turret placement.
I like that team buff. I like the team buff. But again, you did TP into Junkrat Soldier. Very dangerous. Luckily, they aren't looking at you, but...
Let's take him to the wasteland.
Okay. Oh, I know Soldier's right here. I would be spamming my wall button if a Soldier visor to my right. Or TPing. But we didn't do either until it was too late. What I would have done here...
Time for the wreck.
First thing you think about when you hear that visor. TP. Yeah, out of the visor right, out of the visor way, and then you wall. Because like I talked about, reading the flow of the fight is really important for Symmetra, because that'll determine your TPs and where your turrets go. So I would TP back as soon as we hear Soldier visor. But we don't, because you can wall as soon as you TP back, right? And you'll still live. But we don't, and unfortunately we die for it. Luckily you guys do end up winning the fight. Now let's see. Look where the Junkrat's going. $500 he's going top right. And we're giving it to him for free. Like, whenever you have presence like this, or whenever your team has a point, a turret here will do good. Because somebody will walk in and be like, oh shit, Sim can see me now. And it'll deter them from pushing it. And if they do continue, you have 2 turrets here ready to stop them again. Because you know they're coming because you have walls from your turrets, right? But the Junkrat does end up getting top right. We never want that. Because now we can just spam this down. Oh, that's dangerous. Dangerous. The Queen does come with you. You do hit the right click. Luckily, he's not the smartest and he doesn't even look at you guys. He still almost kills both you guys. Still almost killed both you guys. So make it a point to never TP on the Junkrat. Because now your Queen's low and she has to wait for heals. It just really made this fight hard. Junkrat gets to walk back up for free because we didn't have to set up. Alright, now here, let's see. Set up for a TP bomb. Okay, right here, what are we doing? Standing in front of Soldier just for a TP bomb. And we die for it. What? You could have won this fight off. You can win this fight off this maybe. Because the enemy Moira is dead. So we know Soldier's high ground. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna spam right clicks here. We're not gonna stay out in the open. We jiggle peek this. Spam right clicks, boom, boom, boom. You hit Soldier one time. What do you have? You have TP. Best mobility in the game. So instantly TP on Soldier. This is the one exception because he's gonna be running away from you. 1 health. We just saw him use heal pad, right? So we can TP on him and chase him down, and you'll 9 times out of 10 probably kill the Soldier. This is gonna be running from you. So we stay here and try to set up a TP bomb. And let's think about what would happen if we did TP bomb him, right? Let's think about it. He has Helix Rocket. So you TP, boom, all your turrets are gone. You're under half health because he gets a free direct Helix Rocket on you. And you don't have a right click charged up. Always charge a right click before going through TP. But you probably would have won this fight if you did do that. Because Soldier would have died and you would have this whole angle to yourself. And their team can't really push in because, you know, how are they going to push past Sim? You could shoot the Junkrat too while he's ulting because you know where he's from. Ignore the fight.
Secure the objective. I have opened the bar.
Alright, so your team push.
Palace. Flashpoint.
Behold my creation.
No.
Precisely.
So here, I would always like to put turrets here. 1, 2, and then the third one kind of goes wherever you want. Depends on where the enemy team is. Let's see, so we know there's soldiers here. So immediately, who's behind? Me. Hold on, let's see where this plays out. Okay, so Queen just runs back to her team while you kill. Okay. Alright, let's see this. Oh, we're really close to Queen.
Flashpoint.
Alright, so
Kapatachala.
this is a weird angle. Boulder's going far left with visor. And this is good what you're doing here. See, now this is where I'm talking about reading the flow of a fight. Look at this. Moira, enemy Moira half. Your Moira pops Coalescence, right? So you have the advantage of this fight right now. Because your Queen is barrel stuffing the soldier and he slept. You have the advantage, so what I would do right now. TP here, one turret. One turret here, one turret here. Right click Zen, force Zen out. Zen backs up, or you kill him if you land the second right click, right? Zen's forced out, and then you just walk. Walk right here behind their Moira, take this angle, boom. One shot Moira, boom. Kill Queen. It's a free angle like that. This angle creates a lot of space, and it divides this team fight in half. You don't want the Zen to be getting value for free, right? Let's see what happens.
Time for the reckoning!
You guys end up winning anyway. Good. Hopefully you do win it.
Raksha Pranali Foundation.
Alright, good turrets. So we know their Junkrat's gonna be looking to go top left. On this point, especially if they're running a Junkrat, I don't know why all junk players do it, but they'll always go left side like this. Some weird shit. Probably just a good angle. But he just ends. But before the fight starts, on this point, try to be up here. Like if the enemy team is right here, we're looking for a regroup, hold this area so Junkrat or anyone can flank right here while they're regrouping. It's good just to determine before it starts.
That must sting.
Okay. I haven't seen you use TP in a while. TP is one of the most OP abilities in the game. Best ability in Sims Kit. IMO by far. You can be looking for so many angles. Not here specifically. Well, even here specifically, you could have a TP right here. You could have a TP to here. This angle, you can jiggle peek, shoot their Zen, shoot their Moira, shoot their soldier. TP back here, you pressure the Zarya, right? Doing two things at once almost. Value TP. But notice in the last two team fights, the one over here and this one, you haven't used TP once. I'm not going to count that Bob. You haven't used it once. Killed him. Or Junkrat. Good wall. I would have put my wall right here, facing this way, with 3 turrets right here. It would have made a difference, but it makes them harder. It makes it harder to touch, you know?
Into the iris.
And that's it. I think things you need to work on. I would try way less TP bombs. TP bombs are a flow of the fight kind of thing. For example, you're M1ing the enemy tank. They're low backing up. You have level 3 beam, so you 2 turrets, TP into their backline. Their supports are focused on the tank. So that's a time where you could actually look to TP bomb and just M1 down their supports, right click those supports, anything. Because they're focused dealing on the tank, right? You don't want to do it before a fight. And at the end of a fight, it's kind of useless unless you're winning the fight, right? Obviously. So, less TP bombs. Use your TP more creatively, right? There's always an angle you could be taking. Always, always, always. And stay around your TP, right? Those two things about TP are important. And the last most important thing probably is take the space that's given to you and deny space from any DPS, right? Because we saw the soldier take the angles we wanted to be taking so many times. That angle you had, it was like, okay, I'll give it like a 3 out of 10 stars. But like, if we were right side where the soldier was playing on that first point, you know what I'm talking about? That would have been perfect. Perfect angle all the time. Always want to be over there most of the time, right? Because we deny DPS. And on any map you want, you'll be denying DPS like that, right? Like if you're playing against Dive, you'll have turrets more set up with your team, right? Tracer's flanking your Ana, turrets on flank pass to detect Tracer, right? Always meeting the DPS. Enemy DPS looking to set up a dive, you're meeting that Genji, you're meeting that Tracer where their flank is and stopping it. A dive can't happen without dive characters, right? But it wasn't too bad, just less TP bombs, and just use your TP, just randomly think to yourself, I'm just going to TP here and right click their backline. I'm just going to TP here, right click their tank. Make them look at you while having a safe TP, and you'll probably climb. But I know I talk fast, I'm really fucking tired, I had to re-record this, so hope everything goes well. Let me know if you got any questions. See you later.